Hey again, Jason Liu. And in this section, in this video, what we're really going to talk about is what it takes to be successful with isogenics. And, a lot of times I get asked the question, can I really be successful here? I see these people with these amazing skill sets. It sounds like someone else's story, but, can I really do this? And, I started in this industry 9 years ago, and my mentor first told me, he said, Jason, he said, doesn't matter what someone's talent level is. In fact, I personally meet the same with Susan Sly and Gabriel Gannon. We meet a lot of talented people, but talent doesn't always translate into large paychecks. It's a combination of three things, and from our experience, if you have these three areas of your life set up properly, you can really have success no matter what you do, whether it's isogenics or something else. And that really boils down to, in my opinion, number one, work ethic. You got to be willing to show up, and sometimes you're going to fall down, sometimes you're going to scuff your knees a little bit, but you got to be willing to come back and keep showing up. And if you're willing to be consistent, the key word is consistent, just like going to the gym, sticking to maybe an isogenics cleanse. It's about being consistent. It's not the big, large, vast change that you make in your life. It's about the little steps you do more than enough times, and over a long period of time you look back and you've made this huge impact. So number one is work ethic. Number two is coachability. A lot of times going along on your path, you're going to fall down, or you're going to do something that's going to take you off course, and that's okay. You should. You should. A lot of times we look at failure sometimes as a negative thing, and it's in those areas of our life that we learn the most. I know I have personally, and trust me, I have my fair share. But it's so key to have that mentor to be able to pick you back up, brush you off a little bit and say, hey, you know what? We're going to take it a little bit differently. We're going to look at it at this different angle or perspective. And the next time you do it, it clicks. So you got to be willing to be coachable and kind of take that advice so that we can lift you up and find that greatness within you. And then last but not least is desire. And that's not always the easiest thing. So the most successful people that I personally know, whether they're athletes, network marketers, successful entrepreneurs, speakers, or successful parents sometimes, is that deep reason why. I like to call it desire. And if you've read Think and Grow Rich, or if you've read really any personal development book, it always goes back to what is your reason why. And so if you've never done it before, please take the time to really think about why are you building this business? What do you want to get out of this experience? And then ask yourself why again and why again and why again until you get to that core reason that moves you. And for Myvan and I, a lot of it goes back to that, over the next year, we want to start a family. And our number one goal, we've made money in the industry before, but we really want to go out there and have the time freedom to raise children with both parents always being around. And we want to be able to provide that choice for other people out there as well. I know that Susan Sly does that with her husband, Chris. They have 4 beautiful children who are very young. The youngest, I believe, is 7 months. Their oldest is 12. And they've been able to be full-time parents. In fact, they tell us a story that, they want their kids want to get out of the house to go see grandma and grandpa because they're sick of seeing their parents. And we want that for our family as well. So ask yourself, what is that reason why? And kind of last but not least, every now and then someone says, Jason, I've never been a salesperson, or I don't want to be a salesperson. And I'll say this, if you ask permission, this is kind of on the skill side of things in terms of being successful. If you ask permission, speak with clear intent, and you speak from your heart, it can never land wrong. And in order for it to truly come from your heart, it means you've got to believe 110% in what you're doing, whether that's the product or the opportunity or the people that you're working with. And our job is to really, throughout these videos, give you a real snapshot of what's there for you. But after that, it's our job to really work with you and develop that mindset so that when it comes to you sharing your story about the product or your story with the opportunity, there isn't a shadow of doubt in your mind that you have the absolute best to offer these people, and that when they come into this organization, they're going to be brought into a community that's going to treat them like family, that's going to be able to give them realistic expectations, that's going to be able to give them the honest truth when it comes to what it's going to take to go out there and truly build their business. And so, we want to provide that for you. And if you've got more questions, if you kind of want to hear about on an individual basis, what it's going to take for you, maybe you specifically, to go out there and build Isagenix with us, call us. Our number's at the bottom of the page here, so is our email. So feel free to contact us, and we'd love to spend some time really getting to know you and customizing a plan so that we have a blueprint for your success. Again, thanks for coming to the isoreview.com. My name is Jason Liu. Cheers.